Everybody, in today's video, I wanted to talk about something important. I've talked a lot in my posts, my videos, my presentations about divine timing, about waiting, about being patient when you want something to happen. But sometimes we're afraid to take or make a move, to take an action, to make a decision, and we get stuck. So that's when it's not just divine timing that comes into place, but if you're going to miss the divine timing, then there's going to be divine intervention. When you don't let go of something, often it's released for you. Meaning you weren't planning on making a move, but they said they no longer are renting the place that you're renting, or you're in a job that you despise. You've been in it for years, married to a job. I mean, I understand. I believe in relationships and marriages, but there's just times where sometimes relationships don't work, where business relationships don't work, personal relationships, but we just keep doing the same thing the same way because we're comfortable. And it's uncomfortable when we have to make changes. But those changes bring you to a different place. It makes you different. The experience changes you. It transforms you. So it's all part of your spiritual journey and your development and your growth, but it also brings you to a better place in life. I know that divorce is painful. I've been through one myself. And when you split up a family and there are many people involved, there are a lot of emotions. There's a lot of hurt feelings. Trust is broken a lot of times. But when you get through all of the things that created that problem and you get to the other side of it, most people involved will see that it was for the best. Sometimes it didn't feel like that to you, to them. And there are still parts of those relationships that we miss. But a lot of times when we get away from a situation and we've been away from it long enough, we tend to forget about the things that caused us a lot of pain in the relationships. So we tend to want to go back to those relationships or think that they would be, why did we let them go? Well, you let them go for a reason. There was a reason why you moved forward or they moved forward. And life moves forward and it changes. So they're not the same people. You're not the same person. I've seen things work out in the future for people. That doesn't happen all the time. It happens sometimes because people needed to grow and mature and emotionally or spiritually, even physically. Just there's different reasons why people don't stay together and relationships don't work. But when you force something every day and you do something that you absolutely don't enjoy, you're making your life miserable. And most of the time, probably the people around you as well, because that's all you talk about is how displeased and how, your life just isn't the way you want it to be. It's not going to be unless you're willing to take a look at the things that you can change and do something about it, make choices that are best for you. And again, the reason I'm talking about that is because a lot of the choices that people do make that other people are not happy with, it affects them, yes, but it directly affects you the most. It's your life. It's your choices. So make the ones that make the most sense to you and do what's going to make you happy. And when you're happy, the people that are around you will be happy. Maybe not at the beginning of whatever decision you make, especially if it's a big change that affects their life. I've left a company before and they were no longer going to continue to operate in the same manner. They only kept 5 people and there were 30 employees there. But I still back then did what was best for me and my family at the time. I met up with some of those people later on, a year or so later, and they had moved on because they had no choice. And the jobs they were in were so much more fulfilling and they were so much happier. So that's just an example. There's many of them I could give you. But I didn't do this video to go into my own life story. Sometimes it helps when you have related information that's similar to someone else's. It helps them see that there are, good things ahead when we let go of the things that are not working. You wouldn't hold on to a old lawnmower that wasn't working, a car that, no longer runs, if it's not repairable. And sometimes, even in life, even if you care about somebody, sometimes the damage is done. Sometimes it's not repairable. Sometimes you're just not going to move. Even if you move past it, you're different. And sometimes you're not going to have that trust back, no matter what someone does. And so just remember those things and think about them when you're making your decisions. Make sure it's always best for you and your best interest, and everything else will work out. But if you don't make choices that you should be making for yourself, and God, Spirit, our Creator, knows that there is something much better for you, it will happen automatically for you. That's called divine intervention. And that's how this video started. So have a great evening, and I'll talk with you soon.